Meme review. Oh, there we go. There. Wait, shit. Ah, I think I got it wrong.
Oh, there we go. There.
Hang on.
Shit.
Okay. So, hello, internet. Welcome to Game Theory. My name is Neil Bogenreiter. For all you who don't know, I'm the living meme. So today we were supposed to do story time of Superior Foes of Spider-Man number 1 through 6. However, because I have no friends, that's getting put on hold, and we're going to be doing that next week. So, in the meantime, I thought I would present this with something almost as good. Me eating this steak, cheese, onion, and Spanish rice burrito. I'm going to eat it on live stream, and I'm going to eat this brownie afterwards, and I'm going to drink this cherry Coke with me. And while I'm here, you get to ask me any question you want, and I will answer it. Well, not every question, because there are some limits I'll go to. Don't ask me if I will kill a man. That's about it. So, to quote Philip DeFranco, let's get right into it, huh? Okay, this is actually a really fucking good burrito. I'm gonna share the fucking link to this stream where I eat a fucking burrito. This is top-notch content. Yeah, I'll put it in Spider Knights. This is technically Spidey story time. It's just a different kind of Spidey story time. All right, let's get this going, shall we? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Freebirds is the whitest Mexican place in Austin. I say that knowing there's a shit ton of white people out there who are gonna fucking... Yeah, okay, so all you get is more aluminum foil. Okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta unwrap both layers, and then you actually get the fucking burrito. This is some fucking good shit right here. Hell yeah. Like I said, it's a flour burrito with steak, mozzarella, mixed cheese, onion, and Spanish rice. So, yeah. I'm actually really fucking hungry. Okay, so to start off, I haven't had anything to eat since like 11 o'clock this morning. I had a sandwich, and that sandwich was left over from yesterday. So this burrito is the first thing I've had since 11 a.m. So let's get right into it. This is really fucking good. I think the guy who did my burrito, he's actually very nice, but he mentioned that his brother works at my college as a security guard. I was like, hey, that's cool. But I think he put too many onions in here. Because, you know, the point of a meat burrito is supposed to taste the meat, but there's an overpowering taste of onions. I wouldn't just go so far as to say that my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. But, you know, it's kind of disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Sort of depressing because, you know, I love steak. If I want to eat fucking steak, if I want to eat a burrito, I'm gonna get it with fucking steak in it. You know, am I not allowed to have fucking steak on my burrito? I don't know. Got one person watching. Hello, one person. And I'm typing things into my Discord. Okay. Apparently, eating a burrito is nothing compared to eating cereal after earning a million subs. You're not wrong, BoobTube. Uh, but you know, I kind of need this. I'm really fucking hungry, and I was supposed to do story time tonight. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't do story time tonight. But you know, hmm. Yeah, you know what? Let's chat for a bit. Hang on. Yeah, open DMs. Gonna let BoobTube in here because we're friends on the internet. At least I'll have someone to fucking talk to. Nope. Stop it, Twitter. Stop it. Okay. So while he's getting his webcam, um, 2 viewers. Wow. It's somewhat depressing. You know what? Put this down for a minute. Let's see if it falls over. No? Okay then. Yeah, it is Google Live. Hmm. What's this? Something about Netflix. Netflix will now show you Marvel movies when you search. Oh, that's cute. This is a good drink. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I got a message from Switch saying that Let's Go Pikachu Eevee is the Dark Souls of Pokemon. Mm. I don't know the difference between Hangouts and Live. Mm. Ugh. This is why I usually have more than one person on with me. Mostly because it gives me someone to talk to. Ugh. Not to mention, looks dumb. Just me talking to myself is not a pretty sight, I don't think. I sent you a Twitter DM. Hmm. Really, go to my Gmail, or unless you can't reach. Oh. Oh shit. Hey man, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Um. Well, I'm eating a burrito on a live stream. That's how desperate I am for attention.
Hey, it could be worse. You know, you could be clickbaiting for like boobs in the thumbnail or something else like that.
I
But,
almost considered putting in at 2 a.m. and gone sexual in the hood in the title.
hashtag not clickbait, parentheses.
That's comforting.
Yeah, pretty much. So how you been? How's life?
It's been okay.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm in the middle of college, so
Same here. I've gone back to restudy and try to find a place up in a television studio to work at in Sacramento.
nice.
That's a work in progress, you know. Very slowly but surely. So I got English right now.
Nice.
But because of all the campfires and everything else that's been going on here, Northern California, the air quality has pretty much canceled all the campuses and schools around here.
That's good/bad thing.
Yeah, you can catch up on some homework and spend time with my dogs, but not so.
Yeah. Oh, my rice is going away.
No, yeah. So have you? So what did you? So I didn't get around to asking this, and you probably said it before in a Twitter or something like that. But you probably already know about Stan Lee, man.
Yeah, that kind of blew. I mean, here's the thing. I was already having a really shit day when I heard that he died because my coffee maker caught fire, and I got waitlisted for half my classes for next semester. So I don't want to say it was the like the last straw, but that was like a really big hit. How you doing, Smaxo?
Well, if you think about it, though, he died as he lived. You know, he created a bunch of stories and characters which everyone enjoyed, and actually immersed himself in a world with the movies, and became popular not only just by writing the characters, but also becoming a character in general. So
yeah. He lived a hell of a good life. Like he lived to 95 years old,
millions of dollars, a family, and everything else.
He was happily married for 70 years up until his wife died.
I think she died a year ago.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that a lot of people kind of saw this coming from like a few years away. For years, that's why they always keep recording his cameos in advance. So
I think once Joan died, everyone adopted the philosophy that every day we have Stan after Joan is a blessing.
Huh. Never thought about that. But yeah.
Especially with the elder abuse allegations from his daughter and manager.
Well, yeah, I've heard about that. I mean, of all the things you want to throw at a 95-year-old man, you want to throw in abuse.
And there's all those sexual harassment. I was upset because the day he died, people were like, "Oh, Stan was like a sexual assaulter," and it's like, well, okay. For one, the man just died. maybe wait a few days after he's died to start levying these allegations against him. And second of all, I don't think any of them were ever proven. And if they were, I'm willing to change my position on the matter. But I haven't seen any evidence to prove me otherwise.
No, people just talk bullshit. Sorry, BS most of the time. We're on a YouTube stream, so we got. But yeah, I see what you're getting at. But he's made some pretty good He's made some pretty good cameos over the years, and the rumor has it that he's got about like 3 more or 4 more left.
It wasn't surprising. There's a rumor floating around 4chan that he's got like 2 hours worth of green screen footage.
Oh, that would be lovely. It'd be like it's like a YouTuber doing a green screen video, so everybody can make a whole bunch of stuff about that. I forgot the right word, but just edit their own little styles of comedy, like the Filthy Franks or the PewDiePie green screens.
There was a time when I was like being really edgy, and I considered not adopting, but like taking on the Filthy Frank mantle. People have said I have a Filthy Frank-esque voice if I really try hard enough.
Hey, boss, can I have a pizza, please?
It's time to stop.
Yeah, I can never do the gravelly thing. I mean, I already got a deep voice, but the gravelly thing is a little too much. But I guess that was one of the reasons why Joji had to quit.
And also because he just wanted to focus on being a musician.
Yeah, he has some pretty good music right now.
No.
And I'm not gonna beat around the bush because I'm a diehard Filthy Frank fan, but yeah, he's got some real good potential.
I honestly think his Pink Guy album was better than his Joji albums. I know that sounds weird to say, but Pink Guy was where he was allowed to like really let loose. So that's probably why it always seems like whenever I listen to Pink Guy, or it was Pink Season, that was the album.
Yeah.
Whenever I listen to Pink Season, it just seems like he's ripping. And when it's Joji, I don't want to say he's playing it safe, but it very much feels like he's restricted by his audience.
I think Pink Season was, of course, a comedy for him, but also a way for him to test out his musical skills on a higher level right before he was starting to go more mainstream with his regular music as Joji. And that's the way I kind of saw it. I mean, yes, Pink Season were a lot of his songs were great, and also you might say a bit odd in some ways. But at the same time, it was just like more or less a dry run for him to actually get ready for the big leagues when it comes to legitimate music, a music career. Because if I do recall, the Pink Season came out January of 2017. And near the end of 2017, that's when he started to quit. That's when he announced he quit.
Pink Season was out, I think, like a year before he quit. 1 second, I can check because it's on Spotify.
Yeah, it was January 2017.
God, was it that recent? Oh Lord.
No, it was 2018. What are you talking about recent?
No, you're right. It's 2017.
But the guy had a lot of inspiration, which I do admire for, because it wasn't just he did a whole lot while gaining a lot of subs and viewers by doing very little type of editing. I want to say, because that's one thing I really did enjoy. It's like
he just used fucking iMovie and he just kind of filmed himself and his friends acting like jackasses in public.
I mean, it was obviously cheap, but he was also self-aware with the jokes. Especially with what was it? Especially one of his bigger videos, which was Filthy Frank versus Chin Chin, and they had this huge 15-minute mini cinematic movie where they used these cheap editing effects, and everybody enjoyed the hell out of them.
Yeah,
and in a small way, I was kind of inspired by his style of editing. And I did do a few when I was doing my video series. I did do a few battle scenes that were sort of similar to that, like what was like the Matt Haas video that I reviewed, and I made him attack me with cheesy, what was it? with cheesy Photoshop clips, and I just fought them off. Just kind of like small things like that, as a cheap editing, as a just a way of being inspired, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I've kind of, I don't want to say I've quit YouTube because I'm still doing streams every couple weeks or so, but like I don't have a MacBook anymore, so that means I don't have any iMovie, and I lost my Premiere subscription. So I'm kind of stuck doing streams unless I can find someone who will edit my videos for really, really cheap.
Mm. I can think of a couple people, but I'm not sure. Depending on their price, it varies.
There's also the kind of the variable of how much time I have, because I'm doing 15 hours worth of classes right now.
Ooh, yeah. I only got 2 classes, which is just the English ones, because I suck at English and I need to knock those out in order to get my bachelor's out of the way for television film productions.
Nice.
Yeah, I used to go into college a very long time ago, way before I started YouTube, and it just didn't work out. Well, I mean, I did get my associates and transfer, but I just didn't do anything else with it. So I stopped, did some work, family stuff came up, and I started YouTube again, which I've heard that was the best way to get yourself out there when it comes to video work or finding a job in the television industry.
Yeah.
So I figured I dip my head into that. And of course, 3 years later, here I am. That sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm still here. How many subs? How many subs do I have? 100, 100, 100, 100.
349. Right here, 349. I lost some, and I think that's mostly due to my inactivity when I started college again.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get back. My routine mostly is going to be just editing memes, editing some quick memes together because people like just short, funny videos, as well as just uploading at least one BoobTube review every month. I was going to cram out at least 4 more, but these finals are a lot harder than I thought. So,
boy. Yeah, you're going to get your ass. I don't know if you're going to get your fucking ass kicked.
Well, it's English. I got an English research paper I got to write up, as well as a project that I got to do, which I'm currently doing. We're this semester we were reading this book called the Book of Joy, which is like this way for it's his autobiography where the Dalai Lama and the Archbishop and what was that guy's name? This book right here. Douglas Abrams, the guy who wrote the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they all came together for about a week and discussed like life's problems, meanings, and what how to solve people's worries and woes and all that sort of thing. And they came to an agreement that, like, basically, like the basic kind of joy that you can get is by giving things away, doing things for others, and all that other stuff, And one of my research and one of my finals projects is to do a subject on what they talked about. So I decided to do the hedonic treadmill, which is the belief of giving your material possessions away and not expecting anything back other than the joy that you just gave to someone else,
Yeah.
And I figure what better opportunity than to get rid of a lot of my comic books and movies and stuff like that to the fire victims up north from where I live.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah, this was just like a perfect storm for me to get this all going. No pun intended.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. But that was mostly the fires are mostly PG&E's fault. So there's gonna be like a lot of class action lawsuits at some point when the dust settles.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you stay out of the fire zone. I don't know how screwed.
No, I live pretty far away. I live I have relatives who live up in Chico, which is about 50 miles east of the Paradise town. They had a few of my family members were here for a few days to get away from the smoke and the fire.
Yeah.
course, my campuses were canceled because everything out here is pretty much a haze of just fog and smoke, and everyone's coughing and hacking up everything.
Oh, I thought that was the case anyways, because all the weed.
No, that's mostly in the Bay Area.
Ah.
Or along the coast. Wait, hold on a second. I think somebody's here. No, never mind. I have a roommate who might be coming home soon, so that's why I was just checking out the phone. But
shit.
No.
That was me. I'm a disgusting little shit, aren't I?
Yeah, I've seen worse. I work at a gym, so I've seen a lot worse. But what was I getting at? Fire, yeah. So yeah, there's donations going around with everybody donating their stuff, but it's mostly cash. So I don't have much cash, so I might as well just give away the stuff that I have.
Yeah.
Unless you're interested in some old comic books.
I mean, what you got?
Oh boy. Well, what do I not have? Well, I got some Age of Apocalypse. I have New Mutants from the 80s. The Boys. I don't know if you ever read that series.
Oh shit! The Garth Ennis series.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I got the trade paperbacks. I got the first 5 or 6 volumes on trade paperbacks, and the last 40 or 50 issues. And the limited series, they're all single issues. I know there's going to be a TV show coming out soon on Amazon, which I'm looking forward to, but I just really can't keep this stuff any longer, mostly.
I might have someone who. Hang on, let me DM them right now while we're here.
Sure.
Who might be interested in some New Mutant stuff.
I also got a crap ton of. I also got several boxes and zip bags full of HeroClix as well, which nobody has. That game hasn't been popular in over 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, no. I think they canceled the line, didn't they?
I think so. They're doing one more round or two. I know it was mostly popular way up in north, like in Washington State, and mostly in the Midwest. But yeah, it's pretty much a dying trend. And personally, I just kind of switched over to RPG tabletops like Pathfinder or D&D. And I got a few friends of mine who like to experiment and create their own little custom miniatures out of that type of thing. Otherwise, it's just collecting plastic at this point because, yeah.
Then it's just paper. Also, paper and plastic.
Yeah, paper and plastic. Hold on, let me see what else I have. The Boys issues, trade paperback.
Oh shit!
Yeah. A few other trade paperbacks, mostly, issues that I thought that they had some weight or value at the time, but they pretty much donated more because I come to the realization that, like a lot of comic book stories, they usually have a path and then they go absolutely nowhere, or they just retcon everything. Especially Ultimate Universe, which really, really pissed me off because I can't tell you how many issues I bought out of Ultimate X-Men.
Oh, did you get was it the Nick Spencer run of Ultimate X-Men? Because there were different creators
All
on
of it.
Oh, all
100 issues.
Oh shit!
Although I did keep several of them to myself for which is the Ultimate Gambit issues because I'm a diehard fan of Gambit mostly.
Have you been reading Mr. and Mrs. X?
Oh yeah, every chance I get. I know I didn't catch the new one this week, or is it next week?
I think it's next week.
Okay. Yeah, I have been enjoying that series the most because it was something that my 10-year-old self was waiting for ever since the cartoon X-Men days where Gambit and Rogue finally tied the knot.
Yeah.
So they finally tied the knot. Now they're doing their own style. I'm not really keen on the title itself because it sounds a little cheesy, but I do like the story so far and what's going on, as well as it was a funny thing because I was reading up on the X-Men Gold series before the events that happened. I knew there was something going on. I just didn't know exactly what.
Oh, the X-Men Gold stuff. Yeah, you have to read X-Men versus Inhumans in order to understand that.
Okay, because I know there was like a wedding leading up to Kitty and Colossus getting married, and I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna get married, or they're not gonna get married.
Yeah, she ran away.
And I'm like, oh, okay, it's one of those stories where
what's this Kitty Pryde being afraid of commitment? Say it isn't so.
But like I said before, when I was reading that issue and Gambit and Rogue were just contemplating about their lives and they want to be together, so Gambit just
goes
for on the spot. It was just like I was reading it panel for panel, and I was just like, "Wait, what? This is actually happening?"
Because and they actually got married, and you were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I literally did. I literally did shout out WTF in that comic book store when I read it.
Oh god! Did you get thrown out?
Huh?
Did you get thrown out?
No, they know me. It's just I usually have my moments when it comes to nerdgasming, and I guess that was one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually thrilled by it because they did have a bit of they always had an on and off relationship, which I thought they were always going to remain like this promiscuous couple or something like that. But I guess they just wanted to change with those characters. But when I saw at the end of the X-Men Gold series where they tied the knot, they got married right on the spot, and some people were complaining that they stole Colossus and Kitty's wedding, even though they said it was all right.
Oh, that's just comic book fans being comic book fans.
Yeah. Normally I don't get into arguments with that sort of thing online, but I guess being an X-Men shipper is one of them. So yeah.
There's kind of a weird dichotomy with X-fans. X-fans are like the battered housewives of the comic book community.
Hey.
Like even more than Spider fans. And as a Spider fan, I'll even say that the X-Men fans have suffered far more than any comic book community ever. Because did you read Death of X?
Which one was that again?
The one where Cyclops dies.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was disappointed with that one, but
they're bringing him back
because they killed off Multiple Man. He was also my other favorite.
Oh, he's back too.
Of course he's back.
He got a miniseries.
But he's not the Multiple Man. He's just another Multiple Man.
True.
He hid in a bunker and from the poisonous gas or something. But oh man, it's just a terrible read, man. I did enjoy the hell out of his X Factor series when Peter David wrote it, but I don't know. It's just so off, in my opinion.
Yeah. Have you been reading Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man?
On and off. Which Spider-Man? Because there's different versions. Just the regular Peter Parker one.
Yeah, it's Peter.
What's he been doing recently?
It's Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley, the guy who did Invincible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Invincible. That's an okay series. I read a few issues about that. I just mostly gloss over it on Wikipedia.
But, Peter and MJ got back together.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. So it's like, oh, so much for Satan's deal or whatever.
Well, they're actually I think they're actually building up to a plot point to address that. Given the one of the background villains is like this weird guy, demon guy with centipedes crawling all over him.
Oh, a new villain then.
Yeah. Which is not like the most amusing, or not the most amusing, but like the most thrilling thing ever. But I feel bad for Spencer because he has to do a lot of cleanup after Slot's run.
Nobody liked, from what I've heard, nobody really liked brand new day at all when it first came out, especially with especially with fans like Lewis, who the top of the fourth wall guy, who said he's all for change when it comes to characters, and he thought it was the most dumbest idea ever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. One More Day was fucking garbage. No.
That was the whole point that just set everything off. Everyone forgot Peter Parker's identity, and he loses his girl. But of course, eventually, over time, all the superheroes remember who Spider-Man is again.
I mean, that's part of why I like the Fantastic Four, is because they're a superhero team that Peter trusts with his identity. That's always been kind of. I've always kind of seen Peter as like an unofficial member of the Fantastic Four, and they've kind of hinted at that. But the recent relaunch was very good. The most recent relaunch from Marvel has been very solid.
They got the rights back, so they want to get them back into full swing in a good series.
Well, the F4 is back. The Uncanny X-Men title got relaunched. I think my favorite development so far has been Venom and Immortal Hulk.
Mortal Hulk. Okay, I haven't been reading up on that, but I heard.
Oh yeah, you need to check that series out. It's like the Hulk in a horror book.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like back when. Remember back in the
right? Sorry. He came back from the dead or something, right?
Every issue he's died and come back.
Ah.
Because every time Bruce Banner dies, the Hulk comes out at night.
Wow, that seems a little tricky right there.
It's terrifying, and that's what makes it great. Like he curb stomped the Avengers.
He doesn't go after Hawkeye?
Oh no, Hawkeye's over on the West Coast with the other Hawkeye.
Oh right. Yeah, that team's gonna get screwed if they ever cross paths.
Oh yeah. The only powered person, the only person with like a viable power is Quentin Quire, and I want him to die in a fire.
Oh come on, Quentin Quire's cool sometimes.
In the Morrison run, he was in the Morrison X-Men run, yeah. But like when you look at Jason Aaron's X-Men Wolverine the X-Men run, I hated him in there. Because he became essentially what Morrison sought to make him a parody of. He became the rebellious, know-it-all douchebag, when that was exactly what Morrison was trying to satirize.
Right.
So I just thought that was terrible for that was a terrible choice to put Quentin on that team because Aaron ruined him. I know I have people who think otherwise, but that's what I think. And
I tried to skim through some of the newer issues, and I know there's a place online for that. But I mostly just stick to the X-Men stuff. And as for DC, I stick to Suicide Squad for a while. And I don't know. I did read Harley Quinn for a bit, but it just got boring for me.
Did you read Red Hood and the Have you read Red Hood and the Outlaws, like the Rebirth relaunch, or
no, not recently.
Oh,
so many comics to catch up on, man. And
there's a lot of good stuff recently. Like 2015 to 2017 was a really dark era for comics, but I think I think Marvel is really coming back.
Well, yeah, they got all the rights back in their movies, so of course they're going to promote the shit out of every single superhero and supervillain that's going to be in movies for the next 10 to 15 years. Speaking
of which, how long do you think the MCU is going to last now that Infinity War is wrapping up?
I think, there's one of two ways they can go with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because there's always money to be made with those movies. I know Steven Spielberg once said the superhero movies are going to die off the same way as the cowboy movies did in the 50s and 60s. But in my opinion,
oversaturation, or
either oversaturation, kind of like what they're doing with the zombie movies and TV shows right now, or they can do a continuation that can drag on for another 10 or 15 years. And by that I mean they can just keep using newer superheroes to continue on the Marvel Cinematic legacy, or depending on how they're going to end Avengers Infinity War Part 4 or whatever they call it. I would say that somebody's gonna use the gauntlet to bring back not only the X-Men and Fantastic Four, but also reboot the actors to portray the newer superheroes. Like instead of Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, it'll be some other actor, or Chris Evans playing as Captain America. He'll look like some other actor, you know.
I think that the problem is that the actors the initial goal of the MCU was that they could recast actors as certain characters, but I think Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans have become so, what, at the risk of using a cliched word, iconic.
Yeah.
That replacing them would be next to impossible in the MCU.
Probably, but you know, there's always room for.
I think it would just be easier to retire the characters and make new ones, and not make new ones, but introduce new elements. Like I've been saying for years now, we should be getting a Beta Ray Bill movie.
I think that's probably gonna be for Thor Part 4, depending on how that goes out. Because I know Chris Hemsworth says he wants to stay on for a little while longer, which I'm kind of glad. I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok, so I would love to see what happened to all of those other Asgardian warriors or whatever that missed out on the big battles.
I suspect that Sif will reappear because Jamie Alexander, who played her, she wanted to come back, but she had like a complication for Ragnarok, so she couldn't. So she's still out there.
She's she was it the actress Jamie Alexander. She's on that TV show Blind Spot on NBC.
Oh,
and
that explains.
That's what the complication was, and she's like one of the main protagonists on that show. I watched a few episodes and I thought, yeah, whatever. But I would be interested for a fourth Thor movie just to bring back those characters, as well as, you know, bring in Beta Ray Bill and possibly Baldur or something like that. How they carry on or help resurrect the Asgardians in some way. That would probably be a good twist. Because I know a lot of people were complaining in Infinity War about how what's her name, Valkyrie, I want to say, from Ragnarok. She wasn't in it.
Yeah, Valkyrie.
So they say she's either dead or someone clarified she was in an escape pod when Thanos started attacking. But I'm like, she is a badass warrior. How can she run away from a fight like that? You know,
Thor probably. It's Thanos, so I think Thor was aware of Thanos as an entity, but not like familiar up close and personal. So he could have said, "Oh shit, hey, Thanos wants to eliminate half of us. Valkyrie, you get these people out of here."
I think Thanos pretty much killed everybody on that ship.
They mentioned that half the Asgardians are still alive, so.
So it's that's like what, 100 or 50 of them left?
5.
They blew up the spaceship though. How can they? Well, I mean, sure, maybe Thor and the Asgardians, so they don't breathe that much in outer space, but still.
Remember, Thor lived in outer space. Like he was like floating in space for hours before the Guardians found him.
Yeah, but what about all the other ones that they just happened to miss? They didn't pick those guys up.
Yeah. They just left them floating there because they're not important to the plot.
Exactly. You know, that's pretty messed up. Plot hole.
I'm also not a big fan of... I don't hate Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but he's trying way too hard. I'm tired of him being Iron Boy.
Oh, Iron Spider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much forced upon it because I know they were rushing with a lot of the Spider-Man outfits. But I think mostly you got to sell the toys as well before the movie comes out.
Still, it's disappointing. I actually thought Tom Holland could be a good Spider-Man. Then I realized, oh shit, they're just gonna make him Iron Boy.
Would you rather prefer? Tobey Maguire shouting out "Pizza time"?
Yeah, I would. To be honest, yeah, I would.
You played the new Marvel Spider-Man game?
Yes. Well, I don't own it, but my friend has a PS4 and they own the game, so I gotta turn at the wheel, and it's actually a really fun game to play.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I only own an Xbox, but I've seen the Let's Plays of it. Makes me wish I had one.
There's some problems. I actually did a review of the game with a couple of friends from the crawl space. So, you know, so I
Yeah.
actually had like a list of thoughts that I have.
I mean, the game looked pretty good. It felt like a sequel to any of the other Spider-Man movies that they wanted to go that route at some point, or they just wanted to have the Miles Morales character before they build him
Oh,
up.
they gave Miles a personality. I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, oh man, I forgot there's that other Spider-Man movie coming out next month, I want to say.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Verse one.
Yeah, that's strictly a cartoon one, and I guess that's
That
Sony's.
movie is gorgeous.
It did look pretty good, so I'm looking forward to that one. So, but it's just their way of bringing in, reintroducing all those characters with Gwen Spider and Miles Morales Spider, and also
Spider Noir.
I don't really follow all of them, but like I said, I did a little bit of brief research before I did the Spider-Man fan films, but there was the Spider-Man Noir. I don't know, he was based off of a limited series. But there was like this anime girl who's a spider.
Oh yeah, Spider.
Yeah, who's that exactly?
She's basically a mech pilot.
A mech pilot.
You remember? You know the lead singer from My Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
He basically made a Spider-Man mech pilot.
Huh. Yeah, but what series did she come from? Was it like an one-shot, one-off anime series or something, or manga? The Spider girl or whatever, did she come from a comic book series?
Yeah, she came from Edge of Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay.
I think I mentioned that. I don't think I mentioned it in I remember I did some voiceover work for your Spider-Man fan film review.
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned her explicitly, but I think I mentioned her like in passing.
Briefly, I just wanted briefly the meat and potatoes because I don't know much about the Spider-Man stuff outside of the movies and cartoon shows. So that's about it. I know they mostly made more of those characters for a lot of reasons. I think mostly because of affirmative action, mostly, and people got tired of the same plain old Peter Parker. So
yeah,
because if they can have a variety, it just seems like there was just so much of those. I know most of those spider characters have their own unique style, what they bring to the table. But I just think it's just one of the same, copy and paste and change the colors around it. Hey, you got another Spider-Man for this community. And
the problem with Spider-Verse was that they used basically every Spider-Man ever. Like they said, hey guys, every Spider-Man ever is going to be in this event. And they were right, but most of them were just cannon fodder for the steampunk vampires to kill.
Well, what annoyed me even more was that they had the audacity to actually bring back Gwen Stacy again, mostly this time as a Spider-Girl character, and not the Spider Girl from the MC2 universe.
Oh yeah, they killed off Mayday's parents. That part really got my gears grinding.
I figured, why couldn't they just brought her into as a female spider character into that spider world rather than Gwen Stacy? Because Gwen Stacy, there was a reason why they killed her off to begin with.
Remember, this was during Dan Slott and Stephen Wacker's brutal crusade against the marriage.
Right.
So any trace of the marriage has to be removed. And so Mayday is like was I guess the last bastion of the marriage.
Wait. Are you talking about? Okay, no, never mind. I'm just thinking about something else because I know in the newer Spider-Man series, Renew Your Vows, that was another Spider-Girl as well that they had. I'm thinking about the one from the she started in the What If series, the What If issue, then MC2. I don't know. It's just so confusing for me. That's why I just stick to my own genre of mutants.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am looking forward to seeing what Marvel Studios can deliver when it comes to the X-Men movies. Because I know obviously Dark Phoenix is going to be the last one, and so is New Mutants, depending on when that comes out.
I don't know if they're gonna even do New Mutants. To be
They
honest,
showed the trailer and everything, man. You might as well get your money's worth out of it. That can be said about Venom, the movie.
oh, that film. What are they at? Like $2 billion now?
Yeah. That you can thank China for that one because they're so gullible when it comes to superhero movies.
No.
It's funny because I was watching this late night show. I think it was with Jimmy Kimmel or something. They had Kit Harington on the series, and Kit Harington says he was talking about Marvel movies and DC movies, but he says, "Why hasn't there been a gay superhero yet?" And I'm like, it's hilarious because
read a comic, you jackass.
But here's the stone cold fact though: when it comes to making a movie, Disney, when they make a movie, they need to rely on making money, not just in this country, but also in other countries as well. China, the Middle East, and most parts of South America have a huge reputation of either not, when they have a gay character in a movie, they don't feature that movie at all, or they edit certain scenes out to make it feel like a straight movie. So, I mean, even though I heard they said that the Marvel Studios is going to have a gay character at some point, I just don't know when. I
mean,
but I think there's
apparently Valkyrie is bisexual.
Huh? Makes sense. But they never pressed upon it though in the movie. I mean, it was just mostly just minor flirtation between her and Thor. That's what a lot of people are going to assume because, like I said, a lot of people in China, they're just gullible when it comes to those superhero movies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Middle East, that's a whole different story because
they don't like anything.
They make some stuff, but when it comes to gay characters and stuff in the media, they tend to throw that stuff out. They try to keep it straight. I know there was like this huge controversy with Steven Universe for the longest time.
Oh yeah,
I know they.
I think Lauren talked about it on her show.
Okay, I was watching this. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in months since the whole Channel Awesome thing. But but the thing was that I was watching this other guy on YouTube called Saber Shark or something like that, who reviews cartoons, past and present. He was talking about the Steven Universe series, how other countries like the Middle East and China, for example, were editing those two lesbian characters. I forgot their names.
Sapphire Ruby, I think.
Yeah, they edit in their countries. They edited to where one of them was played off as the boy while the other one was a girl. And of course, when they got married, they had the roles reversed. Where was it? Ruby was wearing the dress, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just kind of like blew people's minds, as well as the in those countries at least, as well as the last episode of Adventure Time with Bubblegum Princess and
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I watched that series, Adventure Time. I've been thinking about watching the Steven Universe. I know that some bits and pieces of it just didn't really catch on to everything else, but I hear many good things, so I'm gonna binge watch that at some point if it's on Netflix or something.
Yeah. And on that note, now that we've talked about the meme that is Adventure Time, I think we're gonna bring the stream to an end. It'll be my first stream to end in under an hour, so.
Yeah, that's good because my roommate's gonna be coming home in a few minutes. Yeah. And I gotta make dinner and stuff.
All right.
But yeah, it's good talking to you, man.
Yeah. Hang on. While you're here, can you send me a list of the New Mutant stuff in the Hangout chat?
Oh, hold on a second. I think they're right here.
Because I have a friend who I might want to put you in touch with.
Yeah, this is from the classic Claremont run.
Oh, this is Claremont stuff? Hang on, let me see that.
What? Right here?
Oh, yeah. Oh, lordy.
I'm a lot older than you guys, so that's why I've been collecting this stuff for nearly 20 years.
All right,
I'm gonna collecting before comic book collecting was popular.
Worst Claremont ever. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream real quick.